In the dazzling spotlight of Hollywood, beauty isn't just admired, it's expected. But in the relentless pursuit of perfection, some stars paid a steep price. Once celebrated for their stunning looks, these celebrities became walking warnings after cosmetic procedures went terribly wrong. From subtle tweaks that spiraled out of control to surgeries that left them nearly unrecognizable, their stories reveal the dark side of fame's obsession with image. In this video, we're diving into 10 of the most shocking plastic surgery disasters in Hollywood, haunting reminders that in a world obsessed with appearances, the quest for perfection can sometimes destroy what was already beautiful. Jocelyn Wildenstein, once the face of high society and the symbol of extravagant beauty, has now become a chilling legend whispered through the corridors of plastic surgery clinics. Her transformation didn't begin with scandal or vanity, but with small, well-intentioned procedures, tiny battles against time after marrying billionaire art dealer Alec Wildenstein. But what started as gentle enhancements spiraled into a relentless obsession. With every surgery, Jocelyn drifted further from the woman she once was, evolving into a figure both mesmerizing and mournful. The turning point came in 1999, when her marriage crumbled, taking with it not just love, but the financial empire she once ruled. By 2018, the woman who had spent millions chasing physical perfection was bankrupt, her once glamorous life reduced to headlines and heartbreak. In 2022, she briefly returned to the spotlight with makeup artist Alexis Stone, not in triumph, but as a sobering portrait of beauty lost to the blade. Jocelyn's journey is more than a cautionary tale. It's a heartbreaking reminder that the quest for eternal youth can come at the cost of everything else. For those growing older, her story urges us to embrace authenticity over illusion. Because in the end, beauty fades, but self-acceptance is timeless. Stick around as we uncover more stories that peel back the glamorous curtain of fame and reveal the fragile truths hiding underneath. Jedlika, famously known as the human Ken doll, isn't just a headline, he's the living embodiment of beauty pushed to its outer limits. By the age of 30, Justin had undergone over 700 cosmetic procedures, a staggering number that reveals far more than just a desire for perfection. His transformation began at 18, not merely from vanity, but from a deep yearning to become the version of himself that felt most authentic. But beneath the sculpted cheekbones and chiseled jawline lies a haunting truth, a society so consumed by flawless appearances that it blurs the line between self-expression and self-destruction. In a world dominated by filters, reality TV, and curated perfection, Justin's story is more than extreme, it's a mirror. Shows like Botched and My Strange Addiction turned his physical metamorphosis into spectacle, but behind the glitz was a man grappling with body dysmorphia and the psychological toll of chasing an ever-moving target of beauty. For those who've watched beauty standards evolve from natural grace to digital distortion, Justin's journey is both shocking and tragic. It forces us to ask, when does transformation become erasure? How far is too far in the pursuit of an ideal that may not even exist? Stay with us as we peel back the layers of manufactured beauty and uncover the raw, often painful truths behind the quest for perfection. Rourke. When raw grit meets Hollywood glamour, the impact can be far more devastating than a punch to the face. It can rewrite an entire legacy. In the 1980s, Rourke wasn't just a rising star, he was a smoldering screen god, oozing talent, danger, and sex appeal. He had the kind of face directors dreamed of and the intensity that left audiences breathless. But then, in a move that stunned Hollywood, he walked away from the spotlight to chase an old passion, professional boxing. That decision would cost him more than just movie roles. It would cost him the very image that made him a legend. Years in the ring left his face battered and broken, shattered cheekbones, a crushed nose, and scars that no camera could hide. Desperate to reclaim what he'd lost, Rourke turned to plastic surgery. But instead of healing, the procedures only deepened the damage. He later admitted that one surgeon, in particular, left him nearly unrecognizable. For fans who remember him as the brooding heartthrob of 9.5 Weeks and Angel Heart, the transformation was shocking, heartbreaking even. But Rourke is nothing if not a fighter. His haunting, Oscar-nominated performance in The Wrestler wasn't just a comeback, it was a confession. A man stripped bare, battling demons both inside and out. His story is a brutal reminder. Some of life's fiercest blows don't come in the ring, but in the silence after. And while beauty fades, resilience, that raw, unfiltered kind, lasts forever. Stay with us as we explore more stars who lost it all, and somehow found something deeper. Adele. Her transformation wasn't just shocking, it was seismic. In 2020, when she stepped back into the spotlight after years of silence, the world gasped. She had lost over 100 pounds. But what most headlines failed to capture was that this change wasn't about fitting into a mold or chasing the Hollywood ideal. It was about survival. Behind that dazzling Saturday Night Live performance stood a woman who had fought through storms most people never see. Adele's weight loss was more than a physical journey, it was her armor. A way to reclaim control after her life unraveled during the isolation and emotional chaos of the pandemic. But her story also forces us to confront something uncomfortable. Why do we cheer so loudly for drastic transformations without asking why they happen? Why do we equate thinness with happiness, even when the pain behind it goes unspoken? Adele's new look became the talk of the world, but the real story isn't in the photos, it's in the silence. The silent battles. The pressure to change, to evolve, to stay relevant even at the top of her game. Her transformation may have inspired millions, but beneath it lies a deeper truth, that fame doesn't protect you from pain. It often magnifies it, because the most heartbreaking part of Adele's journey isn't the weight she lost, it's the invisible weight she carried all along. Britney Spears, once hailed as the princess of pop, has lived almost every chapter of her life beneath the unblinking gaze of the public eye. We watched her grow up, fall apart, and rise again, all while cameras rolled and headlines screamed. But now, it's her raw honesty about cosmetic procedures that sparked a powerful conversation across America, especially for those of us who remember her as the bright-eyed teen with a microphone and a dream. In an era where filters blur the truth and perfection is sold as the standard, Britney's candidness about lip fillers, Botox, and skincare treatments feels refreshingly real. She's not hiding. She's not spinning. She's owning it. And that courage, coming from a woman the world has judged more than most, is what makes it so powerful. Unlike countless stars who dodge the topic or hide behind PR-crafted illusions, Britney speaks openly. Not to impress, not to chase youth, but to reclaim something that was stolen from her for so long: control. For someone who's been denied agency, legally, emotionally, and physically, these beauty choices aren't about vanity. They're quiet acts of rebellion, declarations of autonomy, a way of saying, "This is mine now." Yet even now, the same media machine that once fed off her breakdowns continues to pick apart her every move. Still, she presses forward, vulnerable, imperfect, and profoundly human. For those of us who grew up with her, Britney's evolution is more than a celebrity story. It's a mirror to fame's cost and a reminder that behind every glittering image is a real person still fighting to be heard. So stay with us, because behind the headlines, beneath the gloss, are the stories that matter, the ones that show us just how strong someone can be when the world refuses to let them be. Janice Dickinson was never one to shy away from the camera or the truth. Once crowned the world's first supermodel, she strutted into fame with fierce confidence, iconic cheekbones, and a fire that refused to dim. For years, she proudly embraced cosmetic surgery, chasing perfection in an industry obsessed with youth and flawlessness. But in 2016, the mirror cracked. A breast cancer diagnosis shattered the illusion and forced a new reality, one where beauty couldn't shield her and injections couldn't save her. In that moment, the fight was no longer about aging gracefully, it was about surviving. Today, in her late 60s, Janice looks nothing like the glossy magazine goddess of the 80s, and that's exactly the point. Cancer stripped away the surface but revealed something far more powerful: grit, courage, and an unshakable will to live. Her return to the Janice Dickinson modeling agency wasn't just a career move, it was a triumphant reclaiming of identity, purpose, and strength no surgery could ever replicate. To those who've weathered their own storms, her journey hits home. It's proof that the most profound transformations aren't seen in the mirror, they're felt in the soul. Stay with us as we uncover more stories of resilience that shine brighter than any spotlight ever could. Val Kilmer's transformation isn't about fading fame or clinging to lost youth, it's about surviving the unimaginable. Once the embodiment of Hollywood cool in Top Gun, Batman Forever, and The Doors, Kilmer's deep, commanding voice and magnetic presence made him a screen legend. But in the mid-2010s, life dealt a brutal blow. Throat cancer didn't just threaten his career, it stripped away his very identity. Multiple tracheostomies and harsh treatments left behind visible scars and a voice reduced to a fragile whisper. But Val Kilmer didn't fade. He rose. His return in Top Gun, Maverick wasn't just a cameo, it was a breathtaking act of defiance. With the help of groundbreaking AI voice technology and an unshakable will, Kilmer did what many thought impossible. He reclaimed his place on screen, not with volume, but with quiet, unbreakable strength. For fans who watched him conquer the screen in the 80s and 90s, this comeback hits deeper. It's not about nostalgia, it's about witnessing true resilience. Kilmer's story proves that real power isn't found in how loud you speak, but in your refusal to be silenced. This is more than a comeback. It's a testament to the human spirit. And his journey reminds us, time may steal the spotlight, but it also reveals who we truly are. Stay tuned as we bring you more powerful stories of survival, strength, and voices that will never be forgotten. Christina Aguilera's physical transformation is one of the most talked about journeys in pop culture history, bold, controversial, and deeply human. Ever since she burst onto the scene in 1999 with a baby face and powerhouse vocals, Aguilera has fearlessly reinvented herself time and again, using her appearance not just as a statement, but as a canvas for her evolving identity. Her 40-pound weight loss, combined with the natural changes of motherhood and aging, fueled endless tabloid speculation about plastic surgery. But beneath the headlines lies a far richer story, one of emotional resilience, personal upheaval, and the quiet strength it takes to survive the spotlight. While dazzling in Las Vegas residencies and turning heads on red carpets, Christina was privately enduring a painful divorce, relentless public judgment, and the suffocating pressure to stay relevant in an industry that treats aging women like expired trends. Her changing image wasn't about vanity, it was about survival. Each reinvention became both a shield and a declaration, her way of reclaiming power in a world that tried to box her in. For those who've watched her rise, fall, and rise again, Aguilera's journey hits deeper than mere celebrity gossip. It's a reminder that every transformation we see on the surface often masks a battle fought behind the scenes. Stick around as we uncover the emotional truths behind Hollywood's most unforgettable faces. At just 17 years old, Ariel Winter made a decision that sent shockwaves through Hollywood. She underwent breast reduction surgery. But this wasn't about vanity or chasing perfection. It was about reclaiming her body, her comfort, and her peace of mind. Growing up under the harsh spotlight of fame, Ariel faced something many young women endure in silence: physical pain and the emotional toll of being constantly objectified. While most teens worry about exams and prom dresses, Ariel was dodging headlines, red carpet stares, and unsolicited opinions about her body. But what makes her story truly powerful isn't just the surgery, it's her bold honesty. She didn't hide. She spoke out. And in doing so, she shattered the silence surrounding a procedure that's often misunderstood. For countless young women, her words gave permission to prioritize their health over society's expectations. Ariel turned what many see as cosmetic into a conversation about control, confidence, and survival. Yet even after bravely sharing her truth, the backlash came. Too curvy, too thin, too altered. No matter what she did, she was judged. And still, she stood tall, refusing to apologize for putting herself first. For anyone watching, especially older generations, her journey is more than a celebrity headline. It's a masterclass in self-respect, self-advocacy, and the right to live free from judgment. Stick around for more powerful stories like this, stories that challenge stereotypes and honor the strength it takes to own your story. Kaley Cuoco's honesty about her cosmetic procedures marks a refreshing shift in how celebrities talk about beauty under the spotlight. Best known as Penny from The Big Bang Theory, Kaley didn't shy away from admitting she's had breast augmentation and uses Botox. But what sets her apart isn't just the admission, it's the why. She didn't do it to chase some unrealistic ideal. She did it to feel more confident, more at peace in her own skin. Instead of falling into Hollywood's trap of over-the-top reinvention, Kaley chose moderation and authenticity. Her message? Enhancements can be a form of self-care, not self-erasure. By speaking openly, she's helped normalize the conversation around cosmetic choices, especially for women navigating the pressures of aging in the public eye. For older fans, her story is both relatable and empowering. Kaley reminds us that taking care of yourself doesn't mean changing who you are. It means honoring what makes you feel good, inside and out. Stick around as we dive into more stories of stars aging gracefully and fearlessly on their own terms. Thanks for watching Exposed Hollywood. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss a moment. We'll see you in the next one.